The Two Black Crows, also called The Black Crows and Moran and Mack, was a blackface comedy act popular in the 1920s and 1930s. The duo appeared in vaudeville, on Broadway, on radio, comedy records, and in film features and shorts. History. The act was originated by Charles Sellers, 1888 to 1934, who hired actor John Swore as his partner. Swore and Mack enjoyed moderate success until Swore left the act. He was replaced by George Moran. The team of Moran and Mack caught on and became major recording stars. The Two Black Crows became a weekly radio show in 1928. Moran and Mack also guest-starred on Fred Waring's radio show in 1933. Although Moran and Mack's gags were mostly corny, and very often non-racial, and the characters were stereotypical, one practical but naive, the other seemingly slow and lazy yet quick with a quip and a certain skewed logic, the relationship depicted plus the laconic delivery made them one of the most successful of comedy teams. The team was known for two catchphrases. Moran would remind Mack of some unfortunate event, causing Mack to say, "Why bring that up?" Mack frequently would interrupt Moran's description of something with a drawling, "What causes that?" Quote, the duo of Moran and Mack appeared in vaudeville with W.C. Fields on Broadway in the Ziegfeld Follies of 1920 and in Earl Carroll's Vanities in the mid-1920s. They also appeared in George White's Scandals and the Greenwich Village Follies, at the height of their popularity. After completing their first talking feature film, Moran had a salary dispute with Mack and sued him in 1930. A judge ruled that Mack legally owned the act and could pay whatever salary he wanted. Moran quit. He was replaced by John Swore's brother, Bert Swore, who adopted the name Moran. The second Moran and Mack talkie, without George Moran, faltered at the box office, and the team made no further films until 1933, when the low-budget Educational Pictures studio hired them for a feature film and a series of Two Black Crows short subjects. Charles Mack died in an automobile accident on January 11, 1934. This ended the act, although George Moran did try to revive it with other partners. Moran would later appear in 3 W.C. Fields films, The Fatal Glass of Beer, My Little Chickadee, and The Bank Dick. Moran died on August 1, 1949. Legacy. Their catchphrase, "Who wants a worm, anyhow?" quote, was the punchline to a lengthy dialogue that Moran initiated by telling Mack that the early bird catches the worm. Mack, of course, had never heard the expression, so he took it literally, and frustrated Moran by repeatedly asking inane questions about the saying. "Who wants a worm, anyhow?" was the closing statement by the Crow in a Warner Brothers cartoon called The Wacky Worm, and parts of the routine appeared in other Warner cartoons. Jokes. Typical joke. Mack: "On our farm, we had 1,000 chickens. An 999 OEM laid eggs." Moran: "What was wrong with the other one?" Mack: He was the head man. Once Moran played a blast on his kazoo. Mack: "Annoyed. Boy, even if dat was good, I wouldn't like it." Moran: "I can play anything on dis." Mack: "You can't play piano on dat." And on it went. This shows at least how old the following joke is. Mack: "I'll meet you down by de pig pen. You better keep yo hat on so's I'll know ya." Even a watermelon joke, the essence of racial stereotyping, took on a certain surrealist air in their hands. Mack: "Wish I had an ice-cold watermelon." Moran: "Oh lordy, me too." Mack: "Wish I had 1,000 ice-cold watermelons." Moran: "Glory be, I bet if you had 1,000 ice-cold watermelons, you'd give me one." Mack: No, siree. If you were too lazy to wish for your own watermelons, you ain't gon' get none o' mine. Films. Feature films. Two Flaming Youths. Paramount Pictures. 1927. Billed as Moran and Mack. Considered a lost film. Why bring that up? Paramount. 1929. Anybody's War. Paramount. 1930. aka Two Black Crows in the AEF. Hypnotized aka Little Gypsy. Mack Sennett, Sono Art Worldwide Pictures, Educational Pictures. 1932. Short Subjects. A Pair of Socks. Educational, Screencraft. 1933. Hot Hoofs. Educational. 1933. Two Black Crows in Africa. Educational. 1933. Recordings. Early Bird Catches the Worm. March 14, 1927. 1. 2. All About the Lions. July 18, 1927. Curiosities on the Farm. November 14, 1927. No matter how hungry the horse is, he can't eat a bit. November 25, 1927. December 23, 1927. Be Our Child. December 22, 1927. As Charles E. Mack. Elder Eatmore's Sermon on Throwing Stones. December 23, 1927. Two Black Crows Part 1, Part 2. Columbia No. 935D. 1928. 78 RPM. Two Black Crows Part 3, Part 4. Columbia No. 1094D. 1928. 78 RPM. Two Black Crows Part 5, Part 6. Columbia No. 1198D. 1928. 78 RPM. Two Black Crows Part 7, Part 8. Columbia No. 1350D. 1928. 78 RPM. Two Black Crows in the Jailhouse Part 1, Part 2. Columbia No. 1560D. The 9th of August 1928. 78 RPM. Two Black Crows in Hades Part 1, Part 2. Columbia No. 1652D. November 14, 1928. Courthouse Bump Jelly Roll Morton's Orchestra. The 7th of September 1929. Foolishments. The 6th of May 1929. Esau Buck. The 6th of April 1929. Dragiem. Mary Lou Williams. Piano. 12 1930ths. Charles Mack at the Internet Movie Database. George Moran at the Internet Movie Database. John Swore at the Internet Movie Database. Moran and Mack, Two Black Crows at the Internet Broadway Database.